Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes, please have your seat.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Rishabh, you are from
I'm from Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh.
Prayagraj. Earlier, I think it was Allahabad.
Yes, sir.
So, what do you think? Changing the name of city, does it make any sense or not?
Sir, actually the name was changed just because Allahabad was changed from Prayagraj by the Mughals, as our CM has told us. So they want to change it from now Allahabad to Prayagraj, so that we always believe the old things is better than the new one. So they want to just change from Allahabad to Prayagraj.
Okay. Tell me some 3 to 4 good things about Prayagraj.
Sir, one thing that is there is a Sangam there where 3 rivers are made, Ganga, Jamuna and Saraswati. So lots of people come there to bath in the Ganga river. And apart from that, the Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru was also from there. And apart from that, there is a University of Allahabad, which is also called as Oxford of Purvanchal. So that's
Okay. So, what do you think after all the 2 tributaries of Gangas are there, and after that point, is it this river known as Ganga or there is any other name?
Ganga and Yamuna both are flowing from different areas. So we can see that where the Ganga is coming, where the Yamuna is coming, and they met at one place, and then the Ganga went to some different direction, and Yamuna goes to some different direction. So we
Okay.
can
There are 3 rivers. You said that.
yes, Saraswati is we cannot see Saraswati. There is only perception that there is Saraswati, but we can't see
Okay.
Saraswati.
As a professional, do you believe on that such things?
As a professional, I can't say, but as a individual, I believe that there is something, and as lots of people believe that if we go and bath in the Ganga, then some spirituality comes in ourselves. That's I believe that there is something.
Yeah. Okay. Just brief about yourself as a professional and as a personal.
My name is Rishav Mishra. I am a newly qualified cost and management accountant.
Just clarify which one you are explaining, as a personal or as a professional. Then explain. Okay.
Okay, I'm explaining as a personal first, then professional.
Okay.
So, my name is Rishav Mishra. I am a newly qualified cost and management accountant. I basically belong from Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh, which is where I am from a very rural area. My father, who is a shopkeeper and runs a shop, and my mother is a housewife. Uh, Apart from that, I have 3 sisters, and I am the only brother of them. And if I talk about the professional introduction, then I will explain my qualification that I am a qualified cost and management accountant. I have completed my graduation in BCom and post graduation in MCom. I have 1 year experience in Indian Oil Corporation Limited, where I got exposure in the field vendor confirmation through SAP Network portal, asset accounting, asset capitalization, etc. And I have 2 year experience from cost accountant firm where I have worked in the field GST, income tax, MCA related services. I believe that time is the most precious thing that we have. So I always like to be punctual at my workplace. Apart from that, I have also bagged 3 medal in the recently 12 days pre-placement program organized by our institute.
You already have an upper hand from the other people with your experience. Will it be easy for you to take the commands from your juniors? Is Rishabh okay with taking commands and orders from the juniors?
Yes, ma'am, because I have also led a team of 4 people in my recent job where I am working in a cost accountant firms, and I have also led 3 people. Sir have given me the responsibility to lead.
My question is it okay for you about your ego and your acceptance with the truth that you have an experience than the other candidates? Is it okay with you to take orders from your juniors? There would be juniors who would be sometimes giving you the orders according to the designation and the ranking. How easy Rishabh is in taking orders from others who are juniors?
I think, ma'am, learning, we are always a learner. We have to learn anything from anyone who know something more about us. We should not think that any junior is ordering me or anything. They are trying to understand us. Just because of learning purpose and our personal growth, I always take instruction from our junior as well as my seniors.
Rishabh, how is cash flows are different from free cash flows?
Cash flow are different from free cash flow is one which is readily available for payment of any goods or payment of any expenses or that we purchase. Like a free cash flow, we consider the cash that we have or the bank balance that we have, and the cash flow is that we can sell anything and then we can generate and then we pay any expenses for.
Okay. Rishabh, what is the difference between systematic risk and unsystematic risk in capital market?
Okay, so a systematic risk is that we can't control. It is uncontrollable risk, and unsystematic risk we can control that. This may be arise due to our internal reasons, but systematic is just because of external sources like any political factors or any technical factors, technological factors. This is because of systematic risk, and beta is one of the example of systematic risk.
Okay.
Okay, Rishabh. What is the difference between sales and revenue?
Difference between sales and
Yes.
revenue. Okay. So basically, in the revenue, we take all sales of goods and services. Apart from that, any other income that we generate. But in the sales, we only take sales of goods or any services.
Okay. Then tell me how the revenue is recognized in case of NDS 115.
There is a 5-step model to recognize a revenue as per India's 115. First thing, we need to recognize the contract with customer. Then we need to determine the performance obligation. Third one, to determine the transaction price. Then fourth one, to allocate the transaction price in the performance obligation. Then we can recognize the revenue.
Okay.
Rishabh, you have worked with Indian Oil Corporation Limited, oil and gas part. So you have done asset capitalization as well.
Yes, sir.
So how asset capitalization is being done?
Basically, there we make some. There as Indian Oil Corporation Limited make some capital expenses like they are manufacturing any buildings in the petrol pumps and in the CNG areas. So when the building completed, means the construction, when construction completed, then we have to capitalize that expenses to claim the depreciation, because till the date when we have not capitalized that expenses, then we can't claim the depreciation. And if we claim depreciation, then our tax liability shall also be reduced. So for that purpose, we also we need to capitalize the expenses as much as we can do. So that's it.
So, is there any criteria when asset will be capitalized?
Yes, sir. The engineer issue a asset completion report in the SAP portal. Then we have to check there was a T code that is YF_ACR. We can check that the particular asset has been completed or not. Then we are required to capitalize that particular asset.
Okay. So, what are the different methods of calculating depreciation?
If I talk about in recent, only two methods are generally used. First is WBM, and that is written WBM and SLM method, straight line method and diminishing balance method. Mostly these two are.
What is WVM method?
WBM method, in the WBM method, we normally take a depreciation rate. Like if we talk about plant and machinery, there is 15% rate. So we need to calculate depreciation on the depreciated value.
Or in case of mines, as you can see, the IOCL has mines as well for mining purpose. Which method will be used?
There is WBM method varies, but mines, there is no mines, I think, in the IOCL.
Okay. For gas and oiling, it is from the sea side or from the land side? How IOCL extract that?
Petroleums.
Yeah, gas, how it is being extracted?
As for my knowledge, the gas where come from other states to UP. There is a terminal in the UP. So the gas, there was a truck in which the gas were loaded, and then it comes to the terminal, and then it is.
How it is being extracted? Yeah, it comes, we know that. But how it is being extracted? What is the source, manufacturing source?
I have no idea about that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you are expecting a salary hike and a good professional designation, but due to some problems with your team leader or your supervisor or your senior, you didn't get it. How will you react to it? What will you do? What would be your next step?
If there is anything that our seniors are not responding me properly, then first thing I will inform to the HR department or my any senior person that under which I am working right now. So I will inform them. If they are not accepting my proposal, then I will also inform to HR departments. But I need to be very calm at that point, because in a corporate we need to be very civilized. So if they are not listening, our seniors are not listening my voice, then I have to inform to HR.
Okay. Are you looking for permanent
Yes.
or temporary
No permanent.
profile? What do you mean by permanent? What is running through your mind when you say permanent?
Permanent means, ma'am, I am looking my career as a long term in the company. I am not for any short term purpose, like I am joining the company and after 4 to 5 years I have any another vision. So that's not anything in my mind. I am looking my profile as a long term in the company that I am going to take over.
Rishabh, your articleship experience in Dan and Associate Company regarding finalizing of balance sheet and P&L and tally.
Yes, sir.
So explain the term of adjustment entries.
There are few entries like closing stock entry we have to make in the final balance sheet, and the tax payable that comes at the closing periods. We have to adjust any expenses that is payable and not has been paid. We have to reconcile all the things in the final P&L accounts, and apart from that, a depreciation entry has to be made in the P&L account, as well as it will also reduce the balance of asset. So there are 4 to 5 entries that we have to generally make during the finalization.
Okay. And Rishabh, how many type of accounts are prepared for finalizing the accounts?
Normally that we prepare for small companies, that is statement of profit and loss account, balance sheets, and notes to accounts. But if I talk about some other big companies, then they have to maintain the cost records as well as cash flow statement and statement of change in equity.
So what is the difference between a small company and big company? How
Sir,
can find?
The small companies have to follow AS accounting standard, and the big companies, like there is some criteria where Ind AS are followed by the bigger companies. Apart from that, small companies, there is no such any criteria. Just the criteria is defined in schedule 3rd, which company to follow AS and which need to follow Ind AS.
Okay.
So is there any monetary criteria for following Ind AS?
Yes. There is certain limit which is notified by the government.
Yeah, what is that notification?
So the notification comes from April 2015, where it was voluntary basis, but from April 2016 it was mandatory. And right now the companies whose turnover is whose net worth is more than 250 crore, then they have to follow the Ind AS, and apart from that all listed companies are also required to follow the Ind AS.
Okay, suppose a private company having net worth of 200 crores, so the such company did not require to follow Ind AS?
The net worth, no sir.
Okay, only net worth is the criteria.
Listed company and net worth is the criteria, sir.
Okay. You have also filed the returns of individual company, trust, etc. So how the adjustment of MAT is being done in income tax return of a company?
So MAT provision is applicable to the companies only. There was the MAT calculation is different from that we generally calculate. MAT has its own way to calculate the net profit of the company. Then the tax rate was 15%, and the normal tax which comes, suppose that in case of MAT the tax liability is 1
No,
lakh.
I am not asking about the MAT provision. How adjustment of MAT is done in income tax return of a company? How you show that?
MAT. Suppose MAT is rupees 1 lakh and income tax is 80,000. So we have to pay MAT as MAT is higher than both of them. So MAT is like a normal tax. We calculate first what is the tax liability is going to be arise. So if MAT is more than the normal tax, then the tax liability is over 1 lakh, and the remaining 20,000 we can claim as a rebate if in the future the MAT liability is more than that.
Okay. As rebate when MAT liability is more than. You said that we can claim it as rebate when MAT liability is more than normal tax.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Rishabh, tell me, what is the difference between cost allocation and cost apportionment?
Cost allocation is when we allocate directly some expenses to a cost object or a cost center. It is normally indirect expenses which are allocated, and in case of cost apportionment we need to calculate the indirect overheads on some suitable basis. Like if we are calculating the rent of a factory, then we may look the area occupied by each departments, and then we allocate the expenses in each department.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Rishabh. So let's talk about your feedback part. सबसे पहले start करते हैं. After the entry, you took the permission. CV distribution थोड़ा सा आपका weak था. Means आप काफ़ी टाइम ले रहे हैं उसके अंदर. आपके CV पहले से ही आपके फोल्डर पर होने चाहिए. आप बैठ करके उसको आराम से निकाल रहे हैं तो ये काफ़ी टाइम कंज्यूमिंग होता है. तो आपके CVs पहले से ही आपके फोल्डर पे होने चाहिए और आप उसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट फटाफट से करें. और आप फोल्डर को ले जाए लेकिन उसके ऊपर होने चाहिए वो, क्योंकि फोल्डर वाले डॉक्यूमेंट वो इंस्टेंट कुछ भी काम नहीं आते. तो इसीलिए वो फाइल खोलना वो थोड़ा टाइम कंज्यूमिंग और दैट लुक्स ऑड एज वेल। तो ये करना है। बाकी प्रयागराज इलाहाबाद के बारे में आपने ठीक बताया। और पर्सनल प्रोफेशनल आप बोल रहे थे, पर्सनल प्रोफेशनल थोड़ा सा आपने गलत बोल दिया, तो इससे आप फंस भी सकते हैं। पर्सनल और प्रोफेशनल आपका तो फिर उसमें आप CMA बता रहे हैं पर्सनल में, तो दैट्स नॉट गुड। तो
उसमें कैसे करना है, मतलब पर्सनल
तो पर्सन या कैसे है, नेचर क्या है, बिहेवियर क्या, हॉबीज़ बता सकते हैं, तो दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग। मैट के बारे में आपने गलत बताया, ठीक है, मैट के बारे में आपको पता नहीं था तो आपने एडजस्टमेंट भी, और जब आपने लिख रखा है तो आप ये तो बोल ही नहीं सकते ना मैंने पढ़ा नहीं है। तो जब कंपनी के बारे में आप लिख रहे हैं तो वो चीज़ें हैं। और एक आपका आई कांटेक्ट जो है, जिसने क्वेश्चन पूछा ओनली उसी से होता है, बाकी लोगों से हाँ, तो ये चीज़ आपको ध्यान रखनी है, ठीक है। ओवरऑल कम्युनिकेशन में फ्लुएंसी थोड़ी आप ला सकते हैं और बेटर, बट अब इतना टाइम नहीं है, आई डोंट थिंक कि वो आ पाएगी। तो आप तो बस नॉलेज पे ज़्यादा काम करिए, दैट्स बेटर।
माइन वॉज ओनली MTI, आपका MTI थोड़ा वीक है, बट अभी तो हाल फिलहाल फोकस ओनली ऑन टेक्निकल आई गेस।
HR के जो क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट किए वो
हाँ, they were okay, but don't get too stricter on your questions, answers. Don't get too strict, right? Like when I asked about how easy you are in taking the orders, okay, so you should have accepted that yes, I have an upper hand with the people, so I should be given a chance to lead, right? It is okay to say, right? Okay.
ऋषभ, मेरे जो क्वेश्चन थे उसमें आपका सिस्टमेटिक अनसिस्टमेटिक रिस्क आपने ठीक बताया था, कैश फ्लोज फ्री कैश फ्लोज आपने गलत बताया था। कैश फ्लोज तो टोटल कैश फ्लोज के बारे में बात करते हैं, जो ऑपरेटिंग, इन्वेस्टिंग, फाइनेंसिंग सभी प्रकार के कैश फ्लोज कंसिडर करते हैं, है ना। फ्री कैश फ्लोज का मतलब ये होता है कि जो बिजनेस के सोर्सेज जिनके थ्रू हमने कैपिटल जनरेट करी है उनके अलावा बाकी जो कैश फ्लोज हैं तो वो तो ब्लॉक कैश फ्लोज हो गए, कि जिन सोर्सेस हमने अपने कैपिटल को, बिजनेस को चलाने के लिए फंड लिया हुआ है, उनको छोड़ करके बाकी कैश फ्लोज को फ्री कैश फ्लोज बोलते हैं, है ना। ये बताया भी मैंने क्लास में। और बाकी आपने एडजस्टमेंट एंट्री के बारे में सब सही बोला था। अच्छा ऋषभ, प्रयाग का मतलब क्या होता है?
प्रयाग का मतलब
संगम का मतलब क्या होता है?
संगम का तो जहाँ 3 नदियों का मिलन
संगम होता है, तो संगम को ही संस्कृत में प्रयाग बोलते हैं। तो प्रयागराज जो है वो इसी से पड़ा है कि उसकी मेन जो जगह की स्पेशलिटी है कि वहाँ 3 नदियों का संगम होता है, इसलिए उसको अपन हिंदू के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से अगर उसको देखते हैं तो प्रयागराज जो है वो एक प्रॉपर वर्ड निकल के आता है। तो एक्सप्लेनेशन आपकी कुछ इस तरीके से बैठनी चाहिए। आप इसको इस तरीके से डिफाइन मत करना कि वो जो इलाहाबाद है वो मुस्लिम वर्ल्ड हो गया, प्रयागराज हिंदू वर्ल्ड हो गया, ये गलत है। आप उसको ऐसे देखेंगे कि उसकी नेचुरल प्रॉपर्टी, प्रकृति क्या है उसकी, मतलब वहाँ का क्या स्पेशलिटी है, उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आपको उसका
सकते हैं सर कि जो पुराने धर्मों में हमारे हर जगह
हाँ, रिलीजन को आप अवॉइड करो। आप उसकी जो स्पेशलिटी है उसके हिसाब से उसका नाम रखा गया है, इस बात को एक्सप्लेन करेंगे आप।
नर्मदा एक्सटिंक्ट हो गई है, एक्सटिंक्ट हो गई है।
सरस्वती,
हाँ सॉरी, सरस्वती, नर्मदा भी हो गई है।
हम लोगों को नहीं बताया कि विजुअल नहीं है।
नहीं, सरस्वती एक्सटिंक्ट हो गई है, ड्राई हो जाती है।
हाँ,
हैवंट हर्ड नहीं है, हमारे उसमें है, बट एक्सटिंक्ट हो गई है।
ऋषभ, जैसे बात करें, अभी सर ने आपसे इंडियन ऑयल की गैसेस के रिगार्डिंग डेप्रिसिएशन से रिलेटेड बात की थी, तो आपने CV में मेंशन कर रखा है, तो उस कंपनी जो जो चीज़ें डील करती है उसके बारे में आपको पूरी नॉलेज होना।
कौन सा WMB, कौन सा मेथड?
WDV मेथड है।
WDV पता नहीं क्या बोल रहे थे।
WDV वैल्यू,
WDV होता है।
ओके। तो जो ये नेचुरल गैसेस हैं, माइंस हैं, इसके अंदर ये होती हैं वास्टिंग एसेट्स, और इसके अंदर हम लोग डिप्लेशन का यूज़ करते हैं कि कितना ज़्यादा उसका यूज़ होता जा रहा है और बाकी बचा हुआ
तो माइन से ही तो
माइन से आती है। कहाँ सोच रहे थे आप?
मुझे लगता है इंडियन ऑयल करती नहीं,
करती नहीं,
मतलब कैसे आती, बोले ट्रक में भर के आ जाती।
आप तो
टर्मिनल्स वगैरह में हमको लोगों को घुमाया गया तो देखा।
देखिए, एक थोड़ा इधर मतलब CV के अंदर अपन ने जो मेंशन कर रखा है उन कंपनीज के बारे में पूरी नॉलेज हमें होनी चाहिए। दूसरी चीज़, इंडियस के लिए सर ने आपसे पूछा, तो आप बता रहे हैं वॉलंटरी बेसिस, नहीं जाना इतना डीप। इंडियस की एप्लीकेबिलिटी का क्राइटेरिया जब ज़्यादा डिटेल में सामने से क्वेश्चन आए तो हम लोग जाएँ कि 250 करोड़ से ज़्यादा नेटवर्थ है और जितनी भी लिस्टेड कंपनीज है सबके अंदर एप्लीकेबल होगा
डायरेक्टली,
राइट।
चलिए, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू सर।
चलिए, ओवरऑल अच्छा था आपका।
सीवी चाहिए आपको? एक छोड़ दो बस।
कुछ मेंशन करके सर आपने उसमें सीवी में ये वाला।
अच्छा,
ये दे दो ये।
एक रखना।
हाँ ये सर
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू।
ऑल द बेस्ट